Hi everybody, this is Methlokaiju here, and today I'm going to do a movie review, or as I like to call it, Godzilla-Thon, in which I review all the Godzilla movies until the new movie that's coming up in May 16, 2014, Godzilla 2014. So now, today we're going to do Godzilla-Thon number 3, and today we're going to review King Kong versus Godzilla. Now, King Kong vs. Godzilla has, I think it was actually the biggest, it got the most money in the box office of all the Godzilla movies, I believe, and for a very, explainable cause. It's the American Kaiju versus the Japanese Kaiju in a battle in Mount Fuji, I guess. So, this movie is from 1962, and as I said, it got the biggest box office. It was a box office success. This movie was directed by Ishiro Honda. So anyway, let's get into what is in this movie. So yeah, movie review. So first of all, this movie takes place in 1962 after when Godzilla attacked again Osaka or Japan. I think it was Osaka. It's like right after Godzilla attacked Osaka and with Anguirus and all that stuff. It's kind of like a sequel to it. So yeah, so this kind of takes place like what happened there. So first of all, this is just like people, and they find this like it's kind of like this movie is kind of like King Kong, like the 1933 King Kong, but except they just added Godzilla in it. That's technically all. And actually, King Kong really appears in this one like a bunch of times. I think more than Godzilla. So first of all, there's this island, and some like people or explorers find this giant. They actually find an island, and they actually find a big giant ape, which is called King Kong. And they find out that there's some people around, there's like some tribes around that island that kind of honor King Kong, kind of. And there was actually this like mini little battle where I think another kaiju, like a miscellaneous kaiju, like a rare kaiju, it's called Odako or Adaku. Not sure how you can pronounce it, pronounce it. It's like a giant octopus kind of. And it was eating grapes or something, and then that's when King Kong came and killed the beast, killed the octopus kaiju thing. And as I said, there's like tribes in that island that honor him, and he, I believe his name is Mr. Taco or something, T-A-K-O, not Taco as in T-A-C-O. I mean T-A-K-O. I think he's the one that found that. And then meanwhile, the Japanese self-defense forces, they remember that they trapped Godzilla in the iceberg, but I believe they actually shot it. I think I'm not sure exactly, but they destroy like this iceberg, and unfortunately that iceberg had Godzilla in it. So very unfortunate, very unfortunate. So, Godzilla broke out of the iceberg, wreaked havoc around the city. And then meanwhile, the Mr. Taco, I think. Yeah, Mr. Taco. He found the ape. So he put him back. He actually wanted like money off of it. So, he sent it to, the city for it can get lots of profit and money, stuff like that. But then that's when he escaped. And then, he was also ravaging the city and stuff like that. And then that's when King Kong and Godzilla first confront each other. And I'm not sure where it was. I think it was Mount Fuji, I think it was. They confront each other for a little bit. Godzilla, it appears that, he's actually beating King Kong, like, very badly. King Kong gets injured, goes back to the city, destroys more stuff, as well as Godzilla. They meet up again, like, right in the end. They fight again Mount Fuji. It's a pretty good, battling. King Kong, he punches Godzilla and throws rocks at him, but then that's when Godzilla, swings his tail and hits King Kong. And also this is like very little part. It's like the only stop motion footage of this film where it looks like Godzilla's doing like the drop kick, but like very little, just like a kick or something, but with his 2 legs, kind of like a drop kick kind of. And you know, King Kong falls off from the cliff or whatever. He goes back, you know, and then you know Godzilla is shooting his atomic breath at King Kong. But then that's when King Kong gets more electricity and energy, so you know he gets more powerful, and then he is beating up Godzilla, gets the trees, and shoves it through Godzilla's throat, which is kind of hilarious, and then throws rocks at him and stuff like that. And then you know they destroy the pagoda, which is a building that is located, I believe, in like Mount Fuji or like in Japan. Just check it out. It's called a pagoda. I think that's what it's called. That tradition will go throughout the ages of Godzilla. In most films, the pagoda comes up. I don't know why, even though it was already destroyed. But you know, kind of odd. But yeah, so the pagoda comes in. It's just a building, and you know they destroy the building while they're fighting. And that's when King Kong and Godzilla grab each other, wrestle, and then they fall off the cliff and they go to the ocean. And that's the end of the movie. So yeah, I didn't went too in depth with it, like compared to other ones, but you know, it's a pretty short story. They said this was one of the biggest box office successes. I think it made the most money. In Japan, it made about 350 million, and in the USA, it made 1 million. 1,250,000 dollars. So that's pretty good for 1962. Pretty good. Overall, this film is an alright film. It's not too good, but it's not too bad at the same time. Actually, this film was going to be King Kong versus Frankenstein. That was what it's supposed to be. But then they changed it, and they said it was going to be Frankenstein versus Godzilla. But then they changed it again. They decided to do King Kong versus Godzilla instead. And, you know, they fight to the battle and stuff like that. So, you know, it was pretty weird, you know. First it started King Kong versus Frankenstein. Then it was Frankenstein versus Godzilla. And then it's King Kong versus Godzilla. What a big cycle. Very big cycle. And, you know, there's some big controversy on who actually won. And there's also some rumors that say that in the Japanese version, Godzilla wins. And in the American version, King Kong wins. Well, that's not true. That's fake. That's very fake. The exception is that in the Japanese version, you at the credits you hear Godzilla's roar, and in the American version, in the credits you hear King Kong's roar. That's the only thing that you know says who won. But literally, it will be a tie in my case. But I've actually seen that actually the director, or I'm not sure if it was either Ishiro Honda, Tomoyuki Tanaka, or if it was Eiji Tsuburaya. I'm not sure which one of those three. But he mentioned that King Kong was famous at the time, and King Kong supposedly won. Now that kind of sucks. I mean, he wanted King Kong to win. I mean, I know he created Godzilla, but he wanted King Kong to win because he was more famous in that time. But now, you know, they're both equally famous, so hopefully they do a sequel about it, which will be pretty awesome if they actually do, because, you know, it will be King Kong versus Godzilla, like, with CGI. That'll be pretty nice. Pretty awesome. What was I saying? So, yeah, that's all for this video. So, this is King Kong versus Godzilla, the third movie in the franchise. In the whole 28 franchise, or more like 29 franchise, since, you know, Godzilla 2014, or Godzilla's gonna come out in this year, 2014. So yeah, that's all for this video. I'm gonna subscribe, like, and comments. If I forgot to mention anything of the history, just tell me. Maybe they were actually gonna do Godzilla versus something else, but I forgot to mention or something. Just tell me in the comments below or something. So, as I said, subscribe, like, and comment. This is Methlokaiju, signing out.